Seated, everyone's fine. What do you think? They had a fight in the back over it? Nah, it looked like most were excited. I saw one face go, really?
This is the first real test. Will they come out angry? We couldn't come to a decision.
Well, I spun you.
That's not funny.
It's not. I spun your thing. I said, would this really be under 20 minutes? It says maybe.
Oh. That's not good.
No. I'm waiting for Mr. Hunter. I'm going to go get my better glasses. I left them in the bag.
Oh, the good ones.
1 second. Present, both defense counsel and Mr. Seaver. State's ready. Defense is ready.
Defense is ready.
Bring them out. I think they're going to say yes. Please be seated. I'll ask our jurors again, did you follow my instructions not talk about the case among yourselves or with anybody else or look up any of the people or places involved? Even if you did so inadvertently, now would be the time to raise your hand and let me know. For the record, no jurors lifted their hand. You guys want to do one more witness or call it a night? One more witness. All right. State.
At this time, the state calls Christine Rose. Yes, she did. So it's formally jump. Okay?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Would you please give your name for the record?
Christine Rose, R-O-S-E,
And Ms. Rose, where are you employed?
Lee County Sheriff's Office,
And how long have you been employed there?
since 2011.
And in what capacity are you employed there?
I'm a crime scene technician.
And what's your background to be a crime scene technician?
I have 2 bachelor degrees, one in forensics, one in criminal justice. I have over 600 hours in crime scene related courses and a certified crime scene analyst through the International Association for Identification.
Were you working on June 29th of 2015 at the Lee County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
And as part of your responsibilities, did you have occasion on July 1st of 2015 to respond to the area of 27034 Jarvis Road in Bonita Springs?
Yes, I did.
And what was the purpose in responding to this location?
On July 1st, I was requested to respond to that area of the scene to perform a line search.
You say a line search. What is a line search?
The line search is when we can gather a group of people. In this case, we utilized cadets or our public service academy, and we will line up on the roadway and we'll actually walk a distance looking for any evidentiary items.
Well, how does that work when you say we'll line up? What does that mean? Are you following each other? Can you give us a visual understanding of what it means to line up?
Yes, and on this case, we actually separated the roadway. I had half the group on one side and the other half on the other. We lined up side by side, about an arm's distance apart, and we actually walk together in a line. If any evidentiary items or anything is found, we'll stop the line. I'll go over, I'll photograph, collect, or anything that's needed.
Now, how many individuals were participating in this line search? How many people did you have participating in this?
I believe it's around 30.
And were you in charge of this line search?
It was actually put together by my captain at the time, Jocelyn.
But did you walk with the lines the entire time?
Yes, I did.
Were you responsible for photographing if anything had been found?
Yes.
And what areas did you walk in with this line search?
We walked the area of the scene, surrounding the scene. So we did roadways that were north of the location, east, west, and south.
Now, how does it work if you're walking in a line? Do you walk in people's yards?
We do. If there's not a fence or something that's blocking us, we'll actually walk the whole distance. If there's something that's in the way, we'll stop, move around it, move the whole line, and continue.
And you indicated you conducted this type of a line search on July 1st in the Jarvis Road area?
Yes.
I want to show you what's been marked for identification as States Exhibits 45A, B, and C, previously shown to Defense Counsel. What do we see? At least give us a basic understanding of 45A, B, and C.
These are aerial photographs of the scene and the roads surrounding.
And from these photos, would you be able to explain to us how the line search was conducted and where it went?
Yes.
Move to introduce states 45A, B, and C.
No objection.
Show them admitted.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
You may.
Now, Ms. Rose, I am going to hand you a laser pointer as well. So as we're talking about this, you may make use of it. But let me just ask you a question before I'll put this first photo here, but let me ask you a question before we start. Again, what were you specifically looking for?
During the line search,
What type of items were you specifically looking for in the line search?
any weapons or any bloody clothing or items.
Now, what are we looking at right here? Can you kind of give us a feeling of where we are and what we're seeing?
In the middle of the photograph is Jarvis Road, and
Can you use the laser pointer so as you're...
this is Jarvis Road. And this is the scene.
And what is the road that intersects the upper two-thirds of the photo that goes from, I guess, left to right?
On the top of the photograph, this road is East Harry.
Now, let's start here. Where did you start your line search?
There's a small access road. East Harry is actually north of Jarvis. There's a small access road that's between East Harry and Jarvis. It's right at this location.
And when you started your line search, did you walk down Jarvis or did you walk across the street? What general direction did you take?
When we started the line search, we started at the access road and we moved south down Jarvis.
Let me show you what's been introduced as 45, B. Again, can you show us on 45B where East Terry is or the access road is?
In the bottom right corner in the photograph is the access road.
And again, if you could show us the crime scene, 27034.
This is Jarvis Road and the scene is over here.
Now, using this, can you show us as you started the line search, the direction and where you went?
Yes, we started at the service road and we continued south down Jarvis.
Now, I think you indicated you broke the group into two. Were people walking on both sides of the road?
Yes,
So were people walking through those front yards that we see?
yes.
And was there a point, did you come back down Jarvis or did you go someplace else?
At the end of this road is Longfellow, which is parallel to the access road. We continued down Longfellow to Allen and went north of Allen.
Now, when you went across Longfellow, did you continue your line search?
Yes,
And when you went down Allen, did you continue the line search?
yes,
Again, going through the yards?
yes,
And did you go on Allen all the way until you reached the access road?
yes.
Before we move off of 45B, to the right of the photo, I guess the right upper part, we see what look like multi-resident buildings. Do you see to what I'm referring?
Yes, the top right of the photograph.
What are those, do you know?
I believe it's an apartment complex.
Now, I want to show you what's been. I want to show you what's been marked, introduced into evidence. It's 45C. What do we see? Excuse me. What do we see in 45C?
This is actually a photograph looking at East Terry. The top of the photograph would be east.
Do you have 45D? Now, in 45C, when you finish the, I think when I move it, I create challenges for it. Let me see if I can change the challenges a little bit. When you've finished your search your line search on Jarvis and across Longfellow and down Allen, did you go anywhere else with the group of individuals who were conducting the line search?
Yes, we did.
Where did you go?
We actually crossed East Terry to the north end. There's a Bonita Springs Dog Park.
And now, in 45C, can we see where the crime scene is?
Yes, it'd be the bottom right corner of the photograph.
And you indicated you crossed the street and went to a dog park?
Correct.
Can you show us roughly where that is?
It would be in the bottom left of this photo.
And how did you conduct the line search in the dog park?
The same way, we lined it up side by side, and we started on the south end of the dog park and continued through the dog park all the way to the south end.
Did you find anything in the dog park?
We searched the trash cans also as we came along them. There was trash and other items.
Did you find anything in the trash cans?
Of evidentiary value, no.
So I assume you found items in the trash cans, but nothing that was a weapon or had any blood on it?
Correct.
And did you find anything, did you find a weapon or any items of blood as you conducted your line search up Jarvis, across Longfellow, and down Allen?
No.
Do you have a sense of how long it took you to complete the line search? Or searches?
Objection relevance?
Overruled.
Just a little over 2 hours, I believe.
Now, I want to fast forward to July 14th. Did something come to your attention on July 14th regarding this case that led ultimately to travel plans?
Yes.
What happened on July 14th?
July 14th, I was notified by my lieutenant at the time, John Long, and requested to respond to Phoenix, Arizona to take custody of a vehicle.
And at that time, Lieutenant Long, did the two of you travel to Phoenix, Arizona?
Yes.
What day did you travel to Phoenix, Arizona?
July 15th.
And when you arrived in Phoenix, Arizona, where did you go?
We went to the Arizona Police Department Crime Laboratory, where they were keeping a vehicle for us.
And at that time, at the crime lab, what did you look at the vehicle? What did you do?
We arrived at the crime lab, and I met with the supervisor there, who allowed us access. I photographed the vehicle and also processed the exterior for latent fingerprints and collected DNA swabs and actually collected a botanical sample along with bugs that were on the front of the vehicle.
What's a botanical sample?
It could be any leaves, foliage, grass.
Now, did you go inside the car?
I opened the door to photograph the inside for overall photographs, but I did not get inside the vehicle.
After you were done looking at the car on the 15th, did you take any measures to secure the car at that time?
When we left that day, it was left in their custody. We returned the next day on the 16th to take custody of the vehicle leaving Arizona.
And before you took custody of the vehicle, what did you do to secure the vehicle?
The doors were shut, the vehicle was locked with the key fob. I collected the key fob and I had custody of it.
Now, did you purchase while you were out in Phoenix anything to cover the car with for while you were transporting it back?
Yes.
And what was purchased?
It was a car cover after we left the crime lab. My lieutenant purchased the car cover to place over the vehicle. It was loaded onto the trailer. It was backed on and the car cover was put onto the vehicle.
So let me just ask, how did you get out to Phoenix, Arizona?
We flew.
And how did you get back?
We rented a truck along with a car hauler and we loaded that car onto it and drove back.
Now, you indicated that your lieutenant backed the car onto the trailer.
Correct.
Did he put on any protective clothing before doing that?
Yes.
What type of protective clothing?
It's a white Tyvek suit. It actually has a hood, the feet of it, along with gloves and a mask.
Did you say a mask,
Yes.
like for his face?
Yes, a small mask over the nose.
And a hood?
Yes.
Is that hood a part of the outfit, that the suit that's put on?
Yes, it is.
And what's the purpose of that?
To protect him and also contamination.
So did you left Phoenix on the 16th?
Yes.
Where did you go? Where did you drive?
We started driving towards Florida. After a while, it was my job to contact any agencies in the area as we got closer, after a 10 to 12-hour period, of any agencies that had a facility or something that could hold the vehicle in a secure area. So I started making phone calls to see who had anything, and we ended up in Texas.
Where in Texas did you end up?
It was Pecos County.
About how long did you drive before you stopped at Pecos County? Do you have any sense of how long?
I'd have to refer to my report for the...
In Pecos County, what did you do when you arrived there? What did you do with the car?
In Pecos County, they had a chain link fence, secured area for their vehicles. It was actually backed in to their area. We left the trailer in the facility, and we left with our truck, and it was signed over to them.
Was the car taken off of your trailer?
No.
And was the car locked?
Yes.
And this was a secure law enforcement facility?
Yes.
Who had the key to the car?
I did.
Did that key stay with you the entire time?
Yes, it did.
What about the cover that was put on the car? Did it stay on the car, or did you take it off when you stopped?
It stayed on the vehicle.
Was it taken off at any time while you were driving?
No.
What did you all do after you dropped the car off?
We actually went to find a hotel to sleep at for a couple hours and returned the next morning, or same day, a couple hours later, to take custody of the vehicle and started our drive towards Florida.
And did you have to stop again before actually getting to Lee County?
Yes.
And where did you stop the next time?
In Louisiana.
And where did you find to stop in Louisiana?
St. Tammany Parish.
How did you find St. Tammany Parish?
I was looking at areas, facilities that could hold us or any agencies nearby as we got closer.
And tell us about that particular facility and where you were able to go and leave the car that night, or that time.
In Louisiana, we actually left the truck with the trailer attached and the vehicle at their facility. They actually had a deputy stay with the vehicle all night also.
And what did you and then Lieutenant Long do at that point?
We found a different hotel.
Or was that to get a little sleep before you headed on?
Yes.
And after stopping at Tamiami, again, did you have the key to the car?
Yes, I did.
Was the cover of the car left on?
Yes.
Where was your next stop?
From Louisiana, we actually made it back to Fort Myers at Lee County Sheriff's Office Forensic Center.
It sounds like that's a bit of a drive. It must have been a bit of a push.
Yes.
And You indicated that you took it to the Lee County Forensic Center. Where is that, and what did you do with the car when you got there?
The Lee County Sheriff's Office Forensic Center is located at 10070 Intercom Drive. It's our impound facility. We can actually hold vehicles there where we do additional processing.
Is that an enclosed area?
Yes,
And when you arrived there, was the car taken off of the trailer?
yes.
Who took the car off of the trailer?
My lieutenant at the time, John Long.
Did he put on any protective gear when he took it off the trailer?
Yes, he did.
At that time, did you have anything after that? Did you have anything further to do with that car?
Later on, a couple days, I believe the 22nd.
Okay. But for that point, you left the car there and then,
Correct.
I want to show you what's been marked for identification as States Exhibits 46A and B, previously shown to Defense Counsel. Ask if you can tell me what we see in 46A and B.
It's the white Hyundai Elantra.
Is this the car that you and Lieutenant Long transported from Phoenix to the impound center at the Lee County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
Move to introduce States Exhibits 47A and B.
No objection.
Show them admitted.
Give me just one moment, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than opening the door, I'm sorry, other than,
Can I have both sides approach for a moment?
yes. Other than the time when you took the initial photo, you opened the door and took initial photos of the inside of that car, did you at any time get into this Hyundai Elantra from the time that you picked it up in Phoenix until you took it and dropped it off at the Lee County Forensic Center on July 19th?
No.
Tender the witness.
Defense.
Questions?
Is this witness to be released or retained?
Released, Your Honor.
Released, Your Honor.
You're free to go. Thank you, ma'am. With that, that'll conclude our witnesses for the evening. I'm going to ask that this weekend you not discuss the case with anybody else. Don't look up any of the people or places involved. We'll see you Monday morning at 8:30. Please be seated. Anything further from the state until Monday? From the defense? And you have how many witnesses lined up for Monday?
We will have enough.
Oh,
Would that be fair enough, Your Honor?
sure.
We will make sure tonight that we have enough lined up for Monday.
Okay. See everybody Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice weekend.
You too.